Hello, I'm Sensei Alex Kakuyo, North American contributor for Buddhist Global. Thanks for joining me for this episode of The Ordinary Buddhist. The title of today's Dharma talk is Enjoying the Rain. Before we get into that, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I post talks in the future. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that'd be great too. I had great plans for this week. I was going to get a lot done in the garden with the animals, maybe work a little bit more on some of my building projects. And then something happened. Someone somewhere snapped their fingers, and it got cold and rainy. Not just for a day, but for all week. I was rained out, unable to work outside. At some points, the weather was so wet that even wearing a raincoat and galoshes, I was limited in how much I can get done. Obviously, it's not safe to work with power tools while it's raining. And while I was able to pull some weeds in the garden, I wasn't able to do the planting that I'd hoped to get done. So, I waited for a moment, deciding what I could do, if anything, and I realized, there was plenty of things I could do inside. Prepping seeds, prepping planter boxes for the time when the rain would stop and I could move them out to the garden. I could also work on some other projects, reading, writing, things of that nature. And of course, I could devote more time to my traditional Buddhist practice of chanting, meditation, and sutra study. Even though I was rained out all week and there were a lot of things I wasn't able to do, there were other things I could do. I just needed to use a little imagination. Oftentimes in life, things don't go exactly the way we want. There's rain, there's cold, our plans get ruined, and it's easy for us to fall into despair or anger in these moments. It's not right. We worked so hard, we planned so diligently, and yet we can't have what we want. However, if we take the time to use our inner wisdom, to think a little bit harder, to be mindful of our environment and the opportunities that are around us, we can oftentimes find other productive things that we can do. Maybe we'll use the day to clean our homes. Maybe we'll go visit a friend or a relative. Maybe we'll sit down with a cup of tea and read a quiet book. It's not always easy when things don't go the way we want, but rather than falling into ill-fitting thoughts and bad ideas, it's usually a better idea to find something else positive that we can do, something that will end suffering both for ourselves and others. Amitabha.